Hey guys, we're going to pick up where we left off, hopefully, and do a quick review of our complementary colors. Remember I told you to keep your color wheel from last week. If you notice, remember that the red, its complementary color is green, that yellow's complementary color is purple, and blue's complementary color is orange. It's the one directly across from it on the color wheel. That's its complementary color. And we talked about why in the world would that even be important. First of all, we were saying that if you mix these two colors, you get a brownish color. You even do that with your with the crayons. And then here are the complementary colors together. And then we talked about how, for example, here we have yellow in all three boxes. And the complementary color of yellow, purple, really makes the yellow stand out. And in some cases, the yellow doesn't even look like it's the same color. That it's affected that much by the color around it. So those are our complementary colors, and I even have here where I've got some little notes over here, but I mix all of them together, and it's a little kind of a muddy looking color. These were where I was actually mixing the blue and yellow, red and yellow, and the blue and red. Got a little purplish. So then I mixed them all together there. It shows that. We are going to go over here now, and I told you we would make a complementary animal of some kind. And you can do any animal you want. I am going to show you here how to do, and this looks very odd, I know, but I mentioned to some of you, if this can be seen, I'm not, well, there's a small version. And here's the very large version of the complementary zebra. That's from a lesson we used to do. And in this case, it can be a complementary any animal that you choose. But for the sake of helping you out and for us to go through the lesson, I'm going to do the zebra, since that's what I showed you the picture of. And the step one in doing the zebra is to actually draw a triangle and a rectangle, believe it or not, and it really is. So let me show you that, and actually we can do that together, or better yet, if you'll watch me, and then we can do it together. If you are choosing to do the zebra, remember, you do not have to do the zebra. You are free to choose any animal. But for this one, what I did is started out with a rectangle about right here, not in the middle. I mean, sorry, triangle, not in the middle. And I'm doing it as light as I can. And I think we've talked about before how things around us are really basically shapes. And we can draw an awful lot of things, actually everything around us, if we just use shapes and then kind of adapt those shapes. So we're going to do the triangle, and then right here about, oh, I'm guessing it's 3/4 of the way up. I'm going to cut in there with my rectangle. It's not going to stick out very far from here, and it's just going to go straight down like that. And here I have a rather kind of skinny long rectangle. Yours might be skinnier or thick, fatter, or whatever. And now what I'm going to do is sort of change those shapes. I'm going to go in here and go along this and kind of around the triangle. And right here is going to be sort of the eye part. And then I'm going to go around, or where the eyes are. Then I'm going to go around and down and sort of round out that triangle, and then come up through here and give it like almost like a little sunset looking thing right there. I'm going to leave the triangle, and actually I'm going to go ahead and erase that, get that out of my way. And I don't need anything else on the triangle now. I've kind of gone around it, and that gave me sort of like a frame. When you build a house, you have to have the frame underneath to build it, and you have to start with that. That's sort of what this is. Now, basically, really, I've already almost got the back of the zebra, or he looks an awful lot like a horse. And so I'm just going to go like this and maybe curve it up a little like that. And please remember, yours is not supposed to look like mine. You don't have to do a zebra, and if we had time, I would show you some other ones. And I might still be able to do that later. It just depends on how we're doing on time. And we'll continue this next week if we don't finish it this week. So anyway, I kind of curve it around that way, and right here I'm going to curve it down like that. Okay, might have to go off the page. That could have made it. So now I'm going to also erase that rectangle. This brown needs a bigger eraser. I think I brought some from school. I'm doing this one at home. So he's now a really odd looking horsey creature. We could make him a unicorn. You know, if you wanted to, you could do the complementary color unicorn. That would be cool too. So I'm going to go right here, and the eyes are about right in here. And you can either do like the oval or just however you want to do that. Well, not an oval. It's more of a, yeah, it's a pointed oval. And right here we have ears, and they're really triangles. I'm going to curve it a little and go down. And I'm going to curve this one from the other side and go down. But they're really triangles, if you look at that. And we're going to keep the mane sort of simple and do a zigzag type thing, but you could do a better job than that. I am fairly certain of that. But once again, do not stress. Don't want anybody stressing over their picture. We just do our best, remember? And right here, I'm going to put kind of around like that, and his nose. Alright, so now I have my zebra slash looks like a horse, and normally I just get the head part. So I've got a lot of zebra here, and definitely don't usually do the legs here, so I think we'll just make him a little chunky zebra. Let him go off the page here. Now we're going to do the stripes, and the stripes are not straight. They are not, if you look at a zebra, they're not straight. The stripes on anything aren't straight. So we're going to just kind of do some right like this, and maybe some that come down and come back up. They could go around and come here And we'll come up here, and then there's a couple here. And then I'm going to go, and as I go down my zebra, maybe my lines are going to get a little bigger. Maybe, maybe not. But if you notice, as I said, they're not straight. And they curve like the zebra would curve. And so I think I'm actually going to end my picture right here, to be honest. I think that's a good place to end it, so that we don't have to take quite as long on drawing the zebra. Alright, so now that I have that, we can color it in with crayons, but the first thing we have to do is we have to pick which primary color we want to use. Do we want to use red? Do we want to use yellow? Or do we want to use blue? Here's the red. Here is the yellow. And here is the, let me find the one that's just blue. That doesn't have the, and here is the blue. So you pick one of those. And if you pick, after you pick one of those, then your other color is already chosen for you. For example, if you choose to do the yellow, then you have to do the purple, because you're doing yellow's complement. So you have to do that. There's not a choice. And I was trying to find my purple one in here. Maybe it's the one that I have left in here. It's not. So I actually, to get in here to the small spaces, I'm using a small paper so that it'll fill in the screen here. I am going to use some colored pencils to get into the small areas. Hopefully, I say that, and Miss Brown can't seem to find her red in the colored pencils. There it is. These are just simple. So no, I chose yellow. What am I thinking? Well, there's my yellow. And if I'm going to do the yellow, I have to do a purple. And that says purple. So, like I said, I'm just using those. You can use whatever you have. You can use, the other zebra was actually done with markers. So, does it matter if I choose to do this, color in my stripes with the purple or with the yellow? Because whatever I don't color in purple, I'm going to color in yellow. And so, I'm not going to make you watch me color this whole thing, but I do want you to be working on yours. Take your time, but don't stress about it. Remember, we just do our best. Remember that mine is not perfect, but I am the art teacher, so if I can't draw it very well, then I probably shouldn't be the art teacher, should I? So, we'll pop back in here in just a minute after I've finished it, and hopefully we can get a chance to share some of what we have done if there's time. Alright, I am back and finished my zebra. Hopefully you have finished yours. If you would like to, you could give him a background, or like I said, if you're doing another animal, you could have always turned these shapes. You could have left it as striped, like, or turned into a striped unicorn, as I said, or these shapes could have been turned this way and possibly have been a giraffe. So you could have done whatever you wanted to, but this is what I chose to do. And I have the chose my primary color is yellow, so my complementary color had to be purple. And I hope that you've enjoyed this, and we will do some more work with color. We're going to talk about warm and cool colors and how they can affect how we look at a picture.